By far, this right here is the craziest thing I have ever done. Hello. As you could tell by the title, I did something crazy. I know that by me sharing my story and what I did will give you something to think about, perhaps. Welcome to my channel, You To Be Beautiful, where I believe that if you have a beautiful mind, you will have a beautiful life. Because if there is something wrong in here, there's something wrong out here. So we're gonna start by telling you the beginning of this magical day I had. I started off by going to work and it was pouring. I understand driving slow when it's pouring, but I don't understand stupidity. If I go on a road trip and I leave and I come back and something happens on the road and that gets me hot, I'm like, I'm here. Stupid. I'm in Miami. I literally held onto the steering wheel and I just like, I finally got to work. I start to take tables. I just don't know why people think that it is okay to treat me less than human when I am the person putting in your food. I'm handling your food. You might ask me for ketchup and you might never get it. Oh yeah, I'll get that for you right now. Goes to the bathroom, you know, because that's just how I was feeling that day. I was super annoyed that I control my entire existence, but when I am at work, I cannot control the negative energy that I have to talk to. I can't just be like, you know what, you're not serving my purpose and good luck to you. All with light and love. No, I have to swallow it. I have to smile at you in your face. I have to be nice to you because otherwise I'm going to get in trouble and I'm going to get fired, right? It just feels suffocating. Not all people are the same. I've had very wonderful guests. And Patricia, if you're watching this, Patricia, I don't have your number, Patricia. And you haven't come back, Patricia. I miss you, Patricia. I lost your number. Patricia, if you ever see this, bro, comment down below. I love most people, but it just takes that one person to just like why do you exist? I'm curious. I'm curious. I don't know. At nighttime, it was 12:30 a.m. in the morning. Mind you, I had worked 15 hours the day prior, slept about 5 to 6 hours, 6 if I'm lucky. Woke up, did another 15-hour shift to be here at 12:30 a.m. counting sugar packets because it's part of our job on Thursdays. It's not something that we have to do every day, but unfortunately, I picked to work Wednesdays and Thursdays only so I can have time to do this and not be in that building and suffocating myself and have a little bit of time for myself. Right? But I'm here and I'm still putting in 100% because that's my job. Nobody told me to go be a server, you know? It's my job to deal with people. It's my job to deal with pricks. It's my job to do all the nasty things and all the cons that come with being a server. I went to count the sugar caddies. To put it in perspective for you, we have a sugar caddy. A sugar caddy is a sugar holder. We use like a little tin thing, a rectangle, and we have to count 24 brown sugars. Yes, we have to count it. We have to count it. We have to count it.
24 brown sugars, 12 of the yellow artificial sweetener, and another one that's like stevia-based sweetener, 12 and 12. The packets have to be facing a certain way, the letters have to be going a certain way, they all have to be facing the same way, they all have to be in uniform, the brown sugars have to be facing forward with the letters going a certain way, like it's a whole thing, like it takes time to do these damn sugar caddies.
We have about 25 sugar caddies to be done between two people. Why we had so many? Because me and her are we're a unit because we are the leaders of our shift, and one person in our group had not done theirs, but this person was busy doing other things for the closing time. He was busy. He could not do his part. I don't care. I'll do your sugar caddies, whatever. This sucks, but I'm gonna do them. So we sit down and do about 25 sugar caddies. You wanna know how much it was? It is 1,200 sugar packets. 1,200 sugar packets. call me crazy, but 1,200 packets takes a while to count. So we start sitting down at 12:30 a.m. to do our sugar caddies because I'm so excited to do them. I so want to sit here after my long ass shift, sleep deprived, tired, haven't had a proper break because I don't get breaks at this job. I'm tired. I want to go home. I want to go home. I just have an aneurysm. I get mad thinking about it every single time. So as we're doing sugar caddies, the manager on duty wants to come in and say, so like, are you guys like almost done? The table entirely filled, looks like a mess with sugar caddies. Does it appear to you like we're almost done? Does it look? Do I look like I'm almost done? My leader friend has a different approach to things. She is definitely worse than I am. If you're watching this, you can't even lie, and you're probably laughing right now. But she answered. She said, no. I couldn't wrap my head around the stupid question. So I knew that whatever was going to come out of my mouth, it wasn't a proper way to speak to a manager, because if I could say what I wanted to say, I would have called him stupid. You look dumb. So I just looked at him and kept counting. This table does not represent a team that is almost done with their task. It just didn't. It didn't. Any person with two eyes could see that. So he leaves the room and I'm here breathing. I'm like, this man, because at this point I've had such a day that I just really wanted to peel the hair off his head. Realistically, that's what I wanted to do. So I was like, you know what? I have to sit here and count these sugar caddies anyways. Why am I going to let myself be in a bad mood? I took a couple deep breaths and then I started asking the people in the room questions like, yo, what's up? I'm bored. Y'all here? You my community right now? I need a little lift me up because I'm done. I'm done. We got into the conversation of films and movies, which I'm a film student. I need like 3 or 4 credits to graduate. Besides the point. Yo, I could talk about movies and shows and plots and symbolism and all that crap all day. I love it. So obviously we're all getting excited in the room and we started talking about Game of Thrones. Yo, one person had an opinion like the last season of Game of Thrones did make sense. Spoiler alert, that Daenerys did have a reason to go mad and that she's a Targaryen. You can see how excited we probably were in the room. But we were still counting. I never once dropped anything of what I was doing because I'm trying to go home. Like, I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to clock out. I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. But I'm making the best out of the situation because that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm a human being and I deserve human decency. That's my whole point with this entire situation. Human decency. We don't have it. And this guy decides to come up in the room again. And at this point, let me tell you, to give you a little backstory of all the managers that we've had, every single manager that has ever walked in his shoes would have either been in the office, minding his own goddamn business on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, I don't know, j***ing off. I don't care at this point what you're doing. Leaving us the hell alone because they know that us people, and I've been there since they open, you trust that I'm going to go back there and let you know when we're done. Or you sit your ass down next to us and you help us count because you're my leader, right? And you want the restaurant to look good, right? That should be your first priority. Your first priority isn't to go home because my first priority as a server is to finish these obligations. And you have a higher position than me. So how is it that I care about my job that I hate more than you, the manager, who accepted the leadership role? Because that's what a manager should be to me. So sit your happy ass down and count with us if you want to get the fuck out of here. Because every single manager that has been in your place or spot in my years of working, like I literally walked into that place when it was not built. That's how long I've been at this place. Like I did my interview in a room full of plastic and a room full of trash. I've seen managers go in and go out. I've seen employees go in and go out. I and a couple people have been the only stable thing in that place. We have seen everything evolve to what it is today. I already know what I'm doing. What the fuck are you doing? The reason I'm not a manager is because I don't want to be a manager. You are here because you chose to be a manager. right? All right. So with that being said, he walks in and he's like, "Do you guys think like you can like stop talking, talk less and count more? Cuz it seems to me that you guys are talking more than you're doing your job." So let me get this right. Let me get this right. I've been here for 15 hours on sleep deprived. Can't eat cuz it's really hard to eat on this job. I chose this. It's fine. Um I have to count 1,200 sugars for you, for the company at this point, for the company that you work for, that you chose to lead. And you're going to tell me that while I'm doing my job, because you were never in the room to witness how quick and fast we were doing those sugar caddies, because 1,200 sugars, baby, that's a lot of sugars. You didn't even care to ask how many. He didn't care to ask how many we had. He didn't care to. He didn't care. He just wanted to go home. He wanted to pack it up and go home. He wanted to pack it up and go home. He doesn't do his job right. You don't do your job right. You don't order your liquor correctly. You don't order. We're out of a shit ton of stuff behind the bar all the time. You're getting better. I'll give you that. But still, with that being said, you're inexperienced. And this right here, this situation really just shows me how inexperienced you are, because you're talking to two veterans that have been here since this place was rubbish, and you're hurrying us up and telling me that I can't have a conversation while I do my job? What am I, a slave? Do you own me? Who are you to tell me to block throat chakra? Who are you to tell me to block my authenticity? Who are you? Who the are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? What? Bro. End the story. I packed my shit up. I packed everything up. I packed all the sugar caddies that weren't done. I piled that all together. I didn't give a They were done rolling their silverware. I looked at my two other servers that weren't shift leaders. I looked at them and I was like, we're out. Pack this shit up. I don't give a If he wants us to be done, we're gonna be done, baby. We're gonna be done right here. We're gonna be done right here. I won't do one more. I didn't want to count them anyways. I didn't want to count them anyways. And I put all the sugars away. I stuffed it in the little drawer, the cupboard. I packed my shit up. And he had the audacity to be like, thank you. I literally looked at him and I was like, I didn't finish them. And he just stayed quiet. Because why? Because he didn't care. He doesn't care. And I get it. I get not caring. I get that it's late. I get that. But then don't be a manager. I don't know what to tell you. You chose the wrong path. I need you to get it together. That night, I decided to send my managers a huge, ginormous text. I don't give a This is my piece, and this is why I didn't do my duties last night. It was because of your manager. The audacity for him to think that I wasn't counting sugar caddies at the adequate tempo. What? Excuse me? I decided. And 6 days later, when my next shift, I turned in my resignation letter. And I told them, thank you so much for letting me be here. But I can't do it anymore. I cannot do it anymore. Fuck you. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Like, oh my God. Wow. I quit. I quit. Oh, yes, I quit. By far, this right here is the craziest thing I have ever done, because I essentially am not gonna look for another serving job. I am gonna try to do something that is completely new. I have not done anything before, and I have no income coming in. None. None. I'm beyond grateful that I have my father to help me during this process and let me not pay rent. That's like, thank you so much, because like, wow. And as far as my savings for my van life, I was very upset and thought about this a lot because I saved for so long to live out my dream, to travel the US, do yoga and do content and edit and freelance while I'm living in a van. It saddens me still that I have to use that money that wasn't intended for this. But at the same time, I have to remind myself that I am abundant, and just because I am postponing something for a little bit longer doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Overall, I have to be grateful that I did save up all that time that I did for this moment. And I didn't know that this moment was coming. I had no idea. The new moon came, Mercury retrograde is here. The last day is on my birthday, which is on the 27th. I'm turning 27. For me, this was just a very powerful time in my life. And I really am sharing the story because I want to invite you to come with me in the unknown, because we are so scared of making that leap. And I am a person that I have been terrified. And at this point, I just want to walk the walk. That job no longer represents who I am. It might have helped me get here. And I have so much experience. I have talked to so many people. I have done so many things. I have been weeded out of my mind with like 14, 15 tables, working during there. I was literally one of the only people that never got to this day. It's just been such a crazy ride, and I've met so many special people. It's hard to let go of it. It's really hard. It was really hard for me to make this decision and say, yeah, this is it. I'm done. And I don't want to cry, but at the same time, I want to let my emotions out because I don't want to bottle anything in. I want these emotions to flow. Terrified, but I'm so excited. So join me on my journey, and I'm still just gonna let it out because I'm gonna miss them so much. I'm gonna miss every single person in that building, even the people that I don't get along with. I just don't like that the job made Linda disappeared. It's just a lot, and I hate that I have to pretend to be and feel something that I'm not feeling. It just doesn't correlate with what I'm trying to do and who I'm trying to be in my life. Who I picture myself as a successful, abundant human being is not that version of me. So I have to let it go. I have to let it go, even though it's scary, even though it's uncomfortable, even though I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm ready to step into that role. I'm ready to be a leader for myself. I'm ready to take on a leadership role because that's what I'm intended to do. And I'm gonna do it. I'm also sharing this because I've realized that there's a lot of people that are so scared to do what I'm doing. I speak from perspective of hanging out with my servers, and we all complain about it. We all hate people, but what do we like? We like the money. We like the easy money. We like the fact that we can spend $200 today and then make them back tomorrow. Like, it's just so convenient to have that cash flow. I feel like it's so convenient to have the capability to give good service and get a fire tip. Like, sometimes people really tip $100. They have the funds for it and they just give it to you. It doesn't happen all the time, but I even got tipped once $1,000. She gave me a little bit from my credit cards and then she cash apped me the rest. And what? That's amazing. But for me, it's not about the money anymore. And people are so scared not to have that and not to have that foundation. One person was kind of trying to instill fear in me, telling me to, start an OnlyFans. And if you see this, I love you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk crap about you. I'm not. That's not my intention. My intention is to share the situation and what I took from that situation. And like telling me to start an OnlyFans, and she was assuming that I didn't want to start an OnlyFans because I'm too shy or like I don't want to show a tit. Like, babe, I literally was going to be a stripper. Like, I quite literally wanted to be in my van so bad that I was going to go strip. But I'd have to go to like Atlanta or something if I wanted a good stripping gig that didn't require me to have sex. But it's not that. It's just I'm not willing to put in any more energy from me and my soul and my being where it doesn't resonate. I don't want to do something that's mindless. I don't want to do something for the money. I don't care for the money. Money is not going to bring me happiness. Money is necessary. I'm not saying it's not. Doing stuff for money, no, I'm doing stuff to be happy. That's the difference. And that is going to attract money. And I felt that while she was telling me that, she was just so projecting her own fears onto mine. And I want to invite you to not look at me like I'm crazy, or maybe, look at me like I'm freaking crazy because I did something crazy. And instead of being afraid for me, just be curious to like, yo, what is gonna happen to her? You know, like what is gonna happen to her? And I feel like it's such a shame that people don't look at it like that. It's such a shame that they don't look at me like, oh damn, she quit her job. I'm gonna see what happens to her, and then maybe I could quit my job, you know? Like, again, I hope that my actions and my perspective and my story can instill some questions in you. Take only what you need. Never more, never less. Don't be greedy, bitch. Bye.